everybody? Welcome. What the hell are you doing, man? What the
So
hell are you
rude.
doing?
So
Christ
rude.
almighty.
That was
So rude.
fantastic. Okay.
Oh,
Rude.
jeez.
Hi.
People are logging off as we speak.
I know that. What the hell? Dude. Man, first, let me
It just
say I
ripped.
apologize that we missed last week. Go ahead, Lucas. Explain yourself.
Oh no, it just ripped out, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, I kind of have something here to say to you.
All right, zip it.
You can't even
Zip it. Zip.
I can't.
When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
You're in timeout, buddy.
Didn't even
You're in
start
timeout.
yet. We didn't even
Yeah, you're
start
on mute.
yet.
Yep. Yeah, so apologize for last week, missing last week's episode. We had a lot of stuff that was going on. Everybody had individual things that were going on. Danny may drop in today. He's in the middle of traveling, so he's going to dial in because this is a heated topic that we're going to dive into. And my God, if you tuned in 2 weeks ago for our episode, you will know that there was a lot of controversy to last week's episode. And I just have to play a clip for it because we're going to come back to it because Marcus.
We're playing clips now?
Yeah, we're playing a clip from the previous episode, guys. So we'll be right back.
The Flash.
Hey guys, how you going? I think the best Ghostface
Mrs. Loomis.
to Mickey, Mrs.
Sorry.
Loomis, Roman. It's gonna wait a minute. Hold your hats. And Detective.
Can we end the stream right
And
now?
I forgot.
Roman.
And I forgot Roman.
Can we end it now? Can we end
Oh,
the stream?
yeah.
I love the
Scott,
additional
at that
message.
time.
We
from
love
Detective
you.
Bailey.
We love you that you're on here, but goddamn, dude. Scott.
Oh.
No, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the build up to
There
that
we go,
comment.
Scott.
He knew.
Scott,
The build up to that comment was
Salut.
intentional. I didn't fill my glass.
you should fill it on just that comment.
I know, for real.
All right,
I'm
so-
doing it now.
Here's another reason
I spilled a little,
why
but
when you think
we're
of
working.
stew, when you think of stew and you think of alphas, we have Mickey here. So Lucas, you're starting us off. You're starting us off from that shot. Where do you got Mickey at? Beta, alpha, lots of potential, meh, a fucking joke.
A fucking joke.
You put him as a fucking joke.
He's a
Oh
fucking
my
joke.
God.
I love the elephant. He was
That's
my favorite hitman.
crazy.
But fuck that guy. Mickey was
That is wild that you put him as a fucking joke, Lucas. That is wild, dude.
He was
Are
annoying.
you gonna agree? Is that why?
Me and Dave talked about it. They wanted to do the same formula that we hate, that the new boyfriend was going to be the killer, and they're like, no, it's too close to home. But when you have the best friend, that's the supportive character to everybody else, that is killing everybody else. That's some twisted shit, my friend. That is fucking
And then you
twisted.
also
got
was
him.
able to manipulate Sidney
I gotta-
to believe him long enough to let him get a shot off and kill her boyfriend.
Correct.
And have it make her
Correct.
feel like her fault. Like this. Get out of here, bro.
The only reason why, listen, the only reason why I had him as beta on my list, because I feel he didn't hit where Billy and Stu were. That was it.
Mhm.
Because when we're looking at the golden icon of like Ghostface, I was like, I can't put him there. But he was close enough. So he's beta on my list as well, just like Noah. There is no way that you can put him as a fucking joke. Oh my God.
His-
Oh my God,
his-
brother.
All right.
His
I'm
second
working
side
on
of the
memory.
cover is Nancy Loomis, so it's kind of hard to be to outperform Stu and Billy when your other half is the Two-Face coin.
All right, so I'm going to come to Lucas's defense a little bit because the first time I
That's
seen
fucking
Scream
crazy.
2, the first time I seen Scream 2, I was like, I fucking hate him.
Hey,
Oh, boy.
that's why Danny is my boy. That's why he's my brother. Because, man, Mickey, that's my guy, man. Mickey is definitely a beta, and I agree with him. He wasn't quite there yet,
Yeah.
but he was fucking crazy, dude. And that's insane that
Dude,
he's their
Dude.
friend.
you're biased. You're biased because Scream 2 got you into everything. And we're
Yeah.
going to come back to this at the end of the episode because you have Detective Bailey in your top 5.
Yes,
So
Bailey
we're
is
going to
one
come
of
back
my-
to that.
Hey,
The fact,
no,
coming
the
back
fact
to
that this
that.
ranking is
true.
spanning almost a month now is crazy.
Oh my
so true,
god.
so true. I don't
That
know if the
clip was enough
audience
to already
knows.
make me
I don't
crack
know if the
open my fridge.
audience knows, and I don't know if you all said it
We're
since I
coming
was
back
gone.
to that. We're coming back
Hey,
to
we
that.
got Danny.
Yes.
What up?
We have
Look who the
Danny.
hell it
We have
is.
Yeah, so we're coming back to that at the end of the episode. Danny's joining us on the road via phone call because there's a lot of important things to talk about. But for those that don't know, when we do rankings, we drink during the rankings based on the horrible decisions that other people had. And I'm going to say I slept on the bathroom floor for 2 hours that night because that's the way that episode went. It was
I
just
slept
a
fine.
night.
You bring
2
four.
hours in the
You bring
floor.
I
four
am
very different
biased.
people together. You get four very different answers.
I am biased to Scream 2 though, because it is my favorite of the franchise. So
All
Listen,
right, well,
just because you're biased doesn't mean you're wrong.
all right.
that was
Let's
the
jump
first film set I was ever on. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're biased, man. Your opinion's thrown out on this one. But let's jump into the news. So before we get to Scream news and we come back to the Scream rankings, there. Let me just pop here to the comments. We got a lot of hellos out there. So Marcus, thanks for saying hello to the people that are out there. But what I want to say is we got some Terrifier 4 news, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know what all of you think about this, but so Damian Leone this week essentially he released the script image of Terrifier 4, and he, he ends it with this: P.S. I will finally reveal Art's origin in this entry.
Mm.
I
Mm.
mean,
Ah,
for me, I think what he'll
Boo.
do is go back to Art being human and just a serial killer. I think that's as far as he will go because we saw him transition from being a human to the demon in the movie. You know what I
mhm.
mean? So it's like I think that he might just go back as far as just him being, a normal serial killer.
Man,
I think
I
it's a
don't want
bad
nothing to
idea.
do with this. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
give
mean, I wouldn't want.
He
I,
could just be
It's
fucking
a
with us.
horrible.
yeah,
It's a
I mean, me
horrible idea.
personally.
The reason
Yeah, go ahead.
On his
Dan.
own birthday, he'd be fucking with us on his own birthday, Lucas. You think?
let's go.
the thing is
Let's
this,
go to
guys,
Danny
is
since we can't see him.
we already saw Art. We listen, man. We saw Art already in the. We don't need any origin
Yeah,
story.
I agree.
It's good enough as it is that in the movie he was a serial killer and he was
Mhm.
human, took his own life, and then came back as a demon. Why do we need to go
Yeah.
further than that?
Yeah, I agree. I
Mm-mm.
say leave it alone too, because I like the mystery of it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because like,
Yes.
is he referring to Art the serial eater, or Art the demon that possessed the one, or possessing the original clown from the first movie? Like that's what. Because then
Listen, the
technically we
only
already
way
have an
this
origin
works,
story, which
in
is
my
the first
personal
Terrifier
opinion,
movie.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
the only way, personal opinion, the only way this works is if it's some tie-in to the family. That's it.
Yeah.
That is the
Obviously,
only
yeah,
way. That's the only way that it could work if you do an origin story like that. Because, man, like I said, the mystery is what kept it alive. And then not only that, if you really think about it, it's what destroyed Halloween. Michael Myers, you know what I mean? The mystery of Michael Myers was incredible. And then all of a sudden, oh man, it's the sister, and oh this, and oh that. You know what I mean? It just it ruined the franchise if they do it wrong. That's just my
why can we
personal
never
opinion.
escape Halloween?
Yeah, the screams, Freddy's dead all over it.
It's Halloween. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of impatient people wanting to get us to Scream, but anything that you want to close out on, Lucas? Do you want to see the origin of Art the Clown or no?
I could do without it, but it wouldn't. It. I don't know, because it depends on what origin. Because if it is Art the demon clown, is that going to mean that technically this Art that's in the Art body is a different person and not the original Mize County, clown?
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's dive into what the folks are here to talk about, watch, and everything else. So, and we'll close it out with Revy. Revy's got. I honestly be fine without it. Same here.
Yeah,
I don't need it. Yep,
Yeah,
don't need
agreed.
it at all.
we were
Yep.
just, we We were just talking about this earlier. It really just seemed like unnecessary plot.
Mhm.
Yep. And it seems like a story filler. So
Yeah.
let's
Big.
talk about Scream 7 and the potential house fire and dumpster fire that this thing is going to be. So, we had the announcement of Mark Evans instead of our Mark Kincaid being announced, and ever since then, it's been like, "Hey, we're bringing Mindy back, guys. Don't freak out on us yet. Oh, guess
Half
what?
of the core 4
Yep.
is coming back.
Oh, wait, we're bringing Roman back. We're bringing Stu back, and guess what, guys? Evan Williamson and the studio has followed Emma Roberts, so that means we're probably getting Jill back too. So what
Mm.
the hell is going on? We're gonna start with Danny because I can't see him and he has a little bit of lag. Danny, go ahead. You're on mute,
Oh,
Danny.
mhm.
He's on mute. All right, we're gonna come back to Danny. Oh,
Nah,
there he
there
is.
he
Well,
is.
he's unmuted.
I'm checking into my hotel, but I'll come back to me.
Okay. All right. So what the hell, Marcus?
Man, me personally, I wish they didn't make the cast announcements.
Hmm.
I wish they would have kept it under wraps. My idea of the whole Kevin Williamson debacle and fans going crazy over him, I think we'll finally get in this film what he originally wrote for Screen 3. Since he couldn't be the main writer, he had an outline and everything like that, and then a treatment that they just totally disregarded because of Columbine and stuff. So I think
Hmm.
we may not get the whole high school aspect of it, but we may get the idea of what happened to Stu and all that other stuff, and bringing Roman back. I mean, obviously it'll be flashback scenes, probably. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Look, yeah, we've done the ghosts of Sam's past, and I don't know if we can now introduce the element of where we're going to start having flashbacks in Scream
Mhm.
7. Now, I know Courtney Cox wants David Arquette back as well, and they wanted to do flashbacks on him too. But come
Yeah,
on, man. What are we getting here? Like, we're going to get a piece together film where we have half of the original story that was planned for 7, where they were going to have two separate Ghostface attacks in two separate states, and now we're gonna have flashbacks that connect that are ghost. I just don't get it. So no, go
it's
ahead.
gonna be
What do you think?
convoluted. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Hmm.
I I I just I'm failing to see the need for this movie anymore because it's clear that Mark that was referenced in 5 was not meant to be Mark Evans. It was meant to be Mark Kincaid. That was clearly a reference to her being married to
Hmm.
Mark Kincaid from Scream 3. And I do believe that they are probably going to touch up on it later in the season, or in the season, in the movies. And then everything happened with 6. So I think 7 is just kind of a heaping pile of dog shit that they're trying to scoop out of their shoe and turn into some kind of movie. So now they're just throwing all of this like fan service at us, like, oh, we're getting Roman back. So we're finally referencing 3 again. We're getting Stu back. So you're finally getting to see him again after it's been talked about. People are talking about Jill after we have like a lot of people have established that Scream 4 was such an underrated meta movie. So I just
Mhm.
think it's a lot of the studios just trying to get us in with stuff that would get our hopes up with something that's ultimately gonna fail. I'm trying to keep it for like professional because fucking god.
This sucks.
Hmm.
It sucks.
Man,
Yep. Yeah.
It
I'm
sucks
just
for that
mad we're
one.
not gonna get a. I'm mad that we're not gonna get a conclusion to Sam and Tara's story. That's what I'm
Yeah.
pissed about. Yeah.
We're gonna probably get a
They
conclusion,
bring
but
back
we're gonna
half
get
of the
it
core
for
4.
Mindy and Chad.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
reference
Mm.
it. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she turned into a go. Oh my god, is that what it's gonna be? They're gonna be a flashback to Minnie and Chad, and then Sam is gonna be like introduced, but only under the mask of Ghostface. We're gonna get some stupid
That
shit like
would
that.
be if that would make the movie even worse if they
Mm.
reveal that Sam was a
I
ghost
know.
face and it doesn't happen on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, M. Busca has chimed in saying that
Woo!
they've
Welcome back.
also leak that Skeet Ulrich is signed as well. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh my God, Danny, go ahead, Danny.
You know what it is, man? I think so. It's a bad idea. This movie just of how they're doing it because we can see this play out a couple of different ways, right? Number one, the Sam thing of being haunted by the ghost, as Dave said, and all of a sudden, Sydney, out of all this time after the events of six, is haunted by, you know what I mean, the ghost of Christmas
Mhm.
past. And this movie, because they lost the actress like Jenna Ortega, the actress that plays Sam and all that jazz,
Mhm.
this is going to be a Saw situation that this movie's an in-between movie.
Yep. There you go.
Between
Yeah.
movie that this is before part 5. This is after
Mhm.
4, before part 5.
I could see that
Thinking
happening.
I can
Yeah. I could see that happen. Yeah.
to tie in the
But
events after.
Between 4. Yeah.
but where does Roman, Jill, Billy, and Stu come in?
Well, here's another
Because
way that
if there's a ghost, or this could just be after 6, whatever, but it can be pieces of how Roman met Billy and Stu, right? How this came about, the trickle effect until now, right? So we can get a bunch of flashbacks, like Marcus said, and I really do think it's going to be the in between. That is the only logical way this makes sense. That's the only logical way
Uh,
it makes sense.
I don't think it works
Only
because then that undoes Kirby's scene in the last movie. Because then we're gonna have an in between movie, and that's not on the board. But Lucas, go ahead, Lucas. What were you gonna say?
if it's in a
oh,
wait, how does that ruin the Kirby scene though? Elaborate on that.
Because we have all of our slashers or our ghost face on the board. So if this is taking place after
Mhm.
4 and before 5, obviously something else has to happen. So there's going to have to be an introduction of a new ghost face into the mix, right? It can't just be Sydney all of a sudden having a breakdown mentally and she's being haunted by these ghosts like she was with in part 3 when she was seeing her mom. We already did divisions. We don't need to go back to the ghost movie
She's just
aspect of it.
wiping the counter at her bar, having a good time, and then Vietnam flashbacks all of a sudden. Now I'm seeing my
Yeah.
dead brother.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, there's the flashbacks. The flashbacks is going to be. I really do. If they're bringing Roman, Stu, and all these people back, connection into the past. Like I said, to
Good
make
idea.
logical sense. So this has to be like a ghost past or whatever, right? It has to be something connecting to make it logical sense. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna work regardless because, like we're saying, you have this buildup of Sam and Tara's story, even fucking shit, complete shit. We still want to see a conclusion. So without still a miss, it still feels out of place. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
They have
Lucas, what were you
to.
gonna
They
say,
have to
Lucas?
reference them if they're gonna pick up from 6, like Danny said. If they don't, then
Yeah, let's come back to that one because there's a question on that one. I just want to get to Lucas because I know we cut Lucas off twice now.
oh no, that's all right. I was just gonna say, like, if anything, it does give the possibility of them doing that Ghostface cult thing, because then they could be showing us things that we haven't seen that sets up that whole storyline, which would include, what's his face, Roman, Jill, Billy, Skeet, all of them. And it could be something. It could be cool. I just don't think it will be.
All right.
That's
So you know what?
Jedi
That I
Ghostface.
like where you're going, and it kind of ties to this question. So we have from Cowie Mason out there. Hopefully, I said your first name wrong. Don't be offended. I say my name wrong sometimes, so don't worry about it. With them bringing all these characters back, what did we miss in the earlier Scream movies that they feel the need to bring them back? So Lucas, I think you are
Man,
right on the
question.
money there. right?
no question.
Do we get the studio possibly de-aging these characters so that we connect Roman meeting Billy and Stu back in Woodsboro, and then we have Stu taking on the mantle of the cult leader, and he gets Jill involved, right? So maybe this is what we're heading down the path for.
So then, what exactly is
See,
the
here's the
point of
thing.
this movie? The
Here's
point
the
of this
thing,
movie
too.
is just connecting other movies to the other movies through.
This would be the Infinity War, but nothing really happens.
Exactly. It's like I think we're on it about it's connecting some way somehow to the past. There has to be a way, whether or not they're trying to connect the dots to move it into the future, like we're saying about the thing. God knows how long on this fucking podcast, right?
Mhm.
But is it necessary?
No.
I think it's highly unnecessary. It's highly unnecessary because it could just be dialogue. I mean, think about it. The one thing we thought about the cult was one piece of dialogue in Scream 5. What's her breath? The chick, what's her name? Again?
Mindy. You talking about Mindy?
Sarah, Mindy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the two killers, the boyfriend and the chick.
Yeah, Richie and Amber.
Richie and Amber, yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, in the dialogue, Richie and Amber, they said, right? And so that dialogue is like, oh shit, this is expanding than before.
Yep.
And so it literally, that little dialogue, you can just have a little dialogue of saying how there's a cult and do to Stu, Billy, and Roman. You don't have to bring them back. You just have.
Yeah, the best part about
unless it's a character from the past,
like it's referencing it. It's referencing that it exists in like small little bits of scenery, not like it doesn't need to be a full played out sequence. I think that is highly unnecessary.
Now hold on. Because when we were talking about what we wanted to see from these kind of Scream movies, we did have a big presence of the Ghostface cult in these movies.
Yes. Yes, but not where you're playing with the fans being stupid, that they need a whole backstory of the cult being formed. It's like, hey, guys, we're bringing the cult, but now we're going to explain it to you in this 20-minute clip of historical flashback.
Well, you never know. It could be in like Stu's big monologue where he goes down the line of how it really started or whatnot. It could be. It could be cool. I doubt it will be, but there's still the possibility.
But again, we already know the events, like David said. For instance, let's say the final reveal, we're all right. Stu's back. Awesome, right? And remember, these killers we don't need a flashback while this monologue is happening. We already know what happened. He can just explain going into fucking dialogue. That again, a lot of this shit can be explained in dialogue instead of flashback. The only this happening is like, let's say for instance, Tara and Sam's dad is Ghostface because of what happened with Billy family, yada yada yada. You see what I'm saying? Like then we can see his presence in the past. Cool. All right, whatever. But other than that, I don't see it happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only way those flashbacks could really work in the story.
Kawhi to the point of them doing all these like all these cast announcements, and I announcing Stu returning is such a disservice and a disjustice to the return of that character, and it's infuriating. It's infuriating to see that.
But didn't he put it out himself?
Yeah, but the way it works, the studio has to approve it first before they could say anything. That's in their contract. So
I mean,
because we all have a feeling that this movie is going to bomb, and with them adding Roman and them potentially adding Jill and them confirming adding Billy, and now them also confirming that Mark Kincaid is not coming back. It's just boiling up to be exactly what we think it's going to be. And now to see Stu finally fucking return, and it's going to be in this shit of a movie. It's just so frustrating. It's
See, I don't know because at the same time,
revealing the cast.
Matthew Lillard wouldn't join a project that he thinks is gonna crash. And he's a very big part of the fandom. He's a very big part of the fandom. So he knows what the fans want, and he knows how.
That's a good piece of optimism to hold on to.
I'm just saying, like I granted money, yeah, but at the same time, Matthew Lillard is one of those artists. So he does stuff for fun, like his Dungeons and Dragons company that he has, where they make boards for Dungeons and Dragons. Like he does that because it makes him happy.
I get it, but he also I get it, but he also barely showed up in Five Nights at Freddy's. So,
see, I don't know.
The whole thing of the cast being revealed, I think it's a hook and grab just for everyone.
Of course,
I really do
that's
think
exactly
so.
what it is.
Yeah, if we look at this cast here, I'm telling you right now, I think Stu's dead. I think he is not coming back alive in this film, and I think it's to set up Leslie Mocker, who's probably going to be played by Anna Camp. And look at that, she's probably next to Vince's brother and her other son, probably Stu's nephew,
Man,
this guy here.
I will say it
guilty
would be a
all over.
crime. It would be a crime if Asa isn't a Ghostface, man, because he was fucking awesome in The Boys and Jimmy. Asa is. I like Asa a lot, man. So if he's not a Ghostface, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, these two have Ghostface written all over them, to be honest with you.
I didn't know Mark Consuelos was added to the cast.
Yeah, notice how he looks like Mark Kincaid, but we'll move past that one.
Yeah.
All right.
You know who he's married to, right?
No, who's he married to?
What's her name that has that show? She used to be Kathy something, the blonde chick.
Look, I don't work at Blockbuster anymore. I can't go by on that show and that person that was on that episode, you know.
Kawi, that is a good
married
thing. That is a good idea, actually, because
Kelly.
yeah, it did kind of revolve around Sydney's mom. However, I think if they do the whole Ghostface cult route, I think it would more just revolve around going forward and trying to, doing cult activities such as they do by spreading and basically like just sharing all of their cereal eatings.
Yeah, it would have to come back to Maureen.
Like I said, in order to tie in the last two. Yeah, but also to tie it into, we have to find out what happened to their dad, because their dad dipped due to Billy impregnating.
We still need to find out who Sam and Tara's mother is.
And dad. That's my point.
Yep.
So it has to do with, if they're going back in the past that far, it has to the mom and the fucking dad. It has to. That's the only way to tie it into the other Scream films. If not, like I said, feels out of place.
Now I do have a question with that, because in 6, didn't Ethan have a line in the dialogue that they killed or he killed their mom?
It was cut out. Yeah, it was cut out of the film. It was left in the script,
So I see you hovering your mouse over Mark Consuelos. So I think that's interesting, because I think they're gonna fuck something up. I think that they're gonna make that Tara's dad, and then they're gonna try and make it that's like, okay, so then they'll play it off as somebody here is gonna be Sam and Tara's mom, but it's not gonna be the right ethnicity because Sam's mom can't be white, and they're not gonna realize that, and I think it's gonna be a mistake. Because I don't know what his relation is to this movie. Yeah, I know, and I think that they're gonna fuck that up. I think that they're gonna forget that. It's gonna slip, and they're gonna miscast it. And I think it's gonna be really funny, because it's just gonna continue to show that this movie isn't gonna hold up. Because what is his role? What is Hiram Lodge's role in this
Riverdale? I forgot he was
movie.
in Riverdale.
Yeah, like.
And we don't have Kirby back yet either. Like, what the hell is going on? So, like, we have so many holes. We have so many holes with this that are going to be explained. You have Mark. You have Chad and Mindy coming back.
They're gonna take her out off camera, right? She was following this Ghostface lead and was taken out. They're like, really?
Nah.
We're good.
Dude, they're gonna die off screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think so. I think Spyglass is going to be spiteful and is going to end up offing them off screen. That's what's going to happen, especially since
They're
Melissa
essentially
Barrera's
burning
tied to
this
Scary Movie.
franchise down with this movie. I think that this is
And
what
then
we're realizing now, right?
and then
I agree
Scream
with
8.
Reggie.
They really didn't protection program with Kirby. Watch.
It was a
Mhm.
dream sequence.
It was
Everything
all
after the
They
first
didn't
one was
die.
fake.
Scream, and she's actually just in her bar and grill.
They died. Their witness protection program, Scream 8, and Kirby's in it. I'm telling you, watch, man. This
Yeah,
is
you know what?
some dumb shit, bro.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? They're going to announce that the both of Sam and Tara they died, right? And what's going to happen is this movie's going to bomb, and then they're going to go to Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega and beg for forgiveness and throw them all this money. And then in the next movie, they're going to have to explain, well, they didn't really die. They went into witness protection with Kirby, and that's what's going to happen. Yep.
And you know, Spyglass, you know what they did, because Spyglass disagreed with the studio firing her, so that's why she starred in Abigail immediately after Scream 6. So they were like, we want to continue working with you. So yeah, I could see them trying to bring her back in some form or fashion. Yeah.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe
So
that's the
let's
biggest cast that they're just not revealing.
This feels like Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, all of a sudden, we get what we wish for in this movie. Sam is Ghostface at the end.
I know, right?
Maybe this is going to be like Hot Tub Time Machine 2, where
Yes!
at the end of the movie, we have Melissa Barrera and Tara show up at the end of the movie for the final minute, and they appear.
In fact, I just want them to remake Groundhog Day with this cast.
All right, so we got Ravi saying, honestly, it's a cash grab at this point, baiting on nostalgia, bringing back all these characters. And you know what? Nostalgia doesn't work anymore. It's over.
No.
It ended with Scream 5. I think that was the peak. You know, you had Spider-Man going into Scream 5, and then everything that's come after that has been horrible when they do these nostalgic callbacks in films.
I like
Nobody
Deadpool
seems-
Wolverine.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh man, we're gonna get into this.
You know what
again.
it is
We're
that
not here
people
to
are
talk
tired
about
of
that
this.
movie. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that it's just nostalgia. Like Dave said, people are tired of nostalgia for nostalgia. The only way nostalgia works if it actually works in the fucking. Which is great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. But I don't have faith in this movie. I haven't for a while.
I don't.
So.
Yeah. I
This
don't
is what
either.
this is.
Yeah. So,
These remakes for nostalgia.
All right.
Man, who could have called that one?
all right, so let's go once around the horn here. So we're going to start. Lucas, what do you think their roles are going to be? Are they ghosts? Is it flashbacks? Let's close off on that, and then let's talk about Marcus's horrible choice to put Detective Bailey in the top 5 of Ghostface. But so Lucas, what do you think? Is it going to be flashbacks? Is it a cult layout? Go ahead.
You know, I'm hopeful that it means that they're doing the cult thing. That it means that like it's just gonna be a scene where Stu is like really just breaking down the cult. Because I would rather that over them being ghosts. And I would rather that over them just also being like somehow alive as well, which is really like I don't think there's any way they can do it without being dumb, but like they're knowing them and they're dumb. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Marcus, how about you? Who do you got?
Like I said earlier, man, I see it being flashbacks with Roman, and if they do choose for Stu being alive, then I guess he was in prison or whatever all that time and is out. That's the only way I could see it working. Or again, flashbacks of him meeting Roman. But like I said, when we were off camera, I always was under the assumption that Roman only met with Billy and told him like, hey, get a partner so you could pin it on them if y'all get caught, you know? So it'll be interesting to see what dynamic, what they all have to do. So.
All right. And Noah, what's your thoughts?
I don't even know, like, because well, Billy is probably coming back as a ghost. I would assume that Roman would have to either be a ghost or a flashback because he got shot in the head. Jill got shot center mass. I mean, she could come back. Oh, she got a bionic heart or something. I don't know what they're doing. We're getting Jason X in this for some fucking reason. I don't know. And Billy, or I mean Stu, if he's alive, could have been in prison. But if Kirby was working for the FBI,
She would have known.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she
Well,
did
that's
it like
another thing is like, wouldn't his court case be known like almost
Yeah,
halfway
National.
around the
yeah.
world at that
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, I mean, like, and
Just
it, like
because
the
how
only thing I
big it
can think
got.
of as to why people didn't know that he was alive is because his parents were rich, his family was rich, so they had money, they could get him away, and like oh, he died, no, but he didn't actually die. Whatever. That's the only thing. That's like the only logical explanation I can
Losing
have.
witness protection.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alrighty. So
Somehow
Danny, what do you got? I'm got.
That's so dumb, dude.
I was just telling everybody beforehand. It's like, you know what? I have an idea of what they're going to do with it, and I wasn't going to reveal it on here, but I will reveal it after Danny goes. And then if there's any YouTubers that are on here that are watching it, you make sure you give us
You
credit for it. So
motherfuckers
Danny,
better
go ahead.
watch out.
First, folks. You heard it here first, folks. No, you know what, man? It's that I don't want it at all. Right? I don't want it at all. I don't know how this shit happened. The only way this, again, in my personal opinion, the only way these flashbacks works if it ties into Sam and Tara's story as well.
Mhm.
That's it. Because we already had enough of the past, dude. What are we doing?
Mhm. All right. So before I reveal what I have here, so we got Jason X all out there. And then this is going to be exciting, man. To Scream 7, I'm already hyped for it. So here's what I think is going
So we
to
found the
happen,
heel in the
right?
comments.
Yep, we did find our heel in the comments.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm
So-
laughing at what you said.
Here's what I think is going to happen. We are going to have these people coming back because the new Ghostface is going to be using new technology to go after Sydney and using AI videos to bring these characters back and to taunt Sydney as she is going to be hunted down. So we'll have our deep fake Stu, we'll have our deep fake Billy, we're gonna have our
No.
deep fake Jill. Yes, that, and it's going to be like Scream 3, where instead of getting the photos left behind, now we have the voice changer, we have the AI changing the faces and stuff like that, and Sydney is going to be looking at like videos like what the hell is going on. She's going to hear their voices, she's going to see their kills and everything else.
No, I don't want it. No.
I had to turn my camera off.
No, I had to
No.
get close
Like
to the
that-
camera.
My eyes, it hurt my
That sounds very obviously like the correct answer, so I would assume that you were probably right in that. And that is a good observation. Why? No, I don't want it.
Yep. So I will write this out for an upcoming episode of Popcorn Theory if I can get it long enough. But that's what I think is going to happen. So we're going to have Leslie Mocker with her techie son bring back all the villains, almost Spider-Man No Way Home style. Bring back all the villains.
Is getting
Bring back
re-released
all the
in
villains
theaters
to harass
again.
Disney. Yep.
Again, I can't wait to give Marvel more money. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it is coming back up.
Ah!
Yep. So that's what I think
That's
is
it. I
going to
quit.
happen. Yep. All right.
I mean, like I will say, I got faith in Kevin Williamson, but then this one, I'm just like,
worked,
I
though.
don't know, man. I don't know.
That's a great idea for modern technology because Dave, me and you talked about that something similar with it, but
They about to
doesn't
do
work this instant. It doesn't.
Yep.
They're about to do Mandalorian season 2 with that AI, like they did for Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian season 2. That's what they're gonna do.
So I think,
Oh boy.
I think that's
They could
where
just
we're
not
headed.
do it.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's enough on our talks here. So, Marcus, you didn't get a chance to join us 2 weeks ago when we were doing the rankings.
You
but
get a chance to
Detective
defend yourself.
Detective Bailey in the top 5. What the hell is the matter with you, bro?
The reason why, man, because I just love how fucking brutal he was. He was fucking like he's probably one of the most brutal ghost faces out of all of them. He just didn't give a shit. But I liked the cat and mouse game. I just didn't like the final act where he just went total over the top. I did not like that. I'll agree with that. But throughout the movie, how everything was planned and dropping the old mask and wanting to frame Jason and Jason's roommate. I forgot Jason's roommate's name. Greg or something like that.
Greg.
Greg. I like that. I actually enjoyed Bailey and the two kids with that. But then again, the final act when they revealed themselves, I was like, that was just over the top cheese. You know, that was a cheese fest, you know, where they went too far being the villains, you know?
Yeah.
They should have kept it more subtle. And because I like the idea of them just wanting, you know, it was Scream 2 all over again. I like the idea of them just wanting revenge for Richie. And then you find out this whole family is just batshit crazy. I enjoyed that. But again, the over top cheese fest at the end kind of ruined it for everybody, I think. So if you take that away, you know, Bailey was cool to me.
I thought Bailey was guilty from the beginning. Like he had that written all over him, the way he was acting in the police station. Yeah. After Quinn fake out death, he goes out. Anybody messes with my family, they're gonna get killed. And he's staring right at Sam. It's like it's right there. I
didn't mind that though. I didn't mind that. I knew he was a ghost face from the jump, but still, I just like his brutality. Like to me, him and Mickey are my favorite as far as being just batshit crazy and not giving a fuck. I love that because then you know it's just like those are true killers, man. Like they just don't give a fuck and they just enjoy killing. I like that. But again, like I said, the reveal was just cheese after cheese after cheese, and that kind of ruined it for everybody, I think, you know. So if you take that away and just look at it throughout the movie up to that point, Bailey was cool, dude. Bailey was awesome to me.
Boo.
Hey Dave, is there such thing as wrong box? Can we get wrong box trending?
Boo this man. Can we throw him in jail right now? Throw Marcus in jail.
You're in timeout, motherfucker.
Marcus is officially on mute. He's officially on mute.
You asked him to defend his reason on this episode and muted him for it. As much as I disagree. No. As much as I disagree with what he's saying, because I don't think Detective Bailey was good. I don't think he should be muted for defending his answer. You asked him to do this. That's some bullshit.
I can't get him off mute now. He's muted himself.
He walked in knowing what this was about.
Thank you, nephew. That's why I love my nephew, man. He got my back.
I was thinking that's a little wrong there, getting muted for defending his own answer.
I'm just waiting for him to hit you with the. But you know you're wrong, right?
No. Well, and then I'm gonna defend and I'm with Danny. I'm with Danny when it comes to Mickey, because I definitely had Mickey as a beta. Mickey is one of my favorites, and yes, I am biased to Scream 2. So anybody in the chat, if you didn't know, Scream 2 was the very first film set that I was on when I was 16, because they filmed at Agnes College, which was an all-girls school in Decatur, where I grew up. We used to sneak on the campus to go talk to girls and stuff. And that weekend, they were filming, and we didn't know about it.
He was gonna say that.
Yeah, so I got to meet everybody, most of the cast. I just didn't get to meet Wes Craven. So
yeah, that almost throws all your opinions out of Scream 2. It's just like,
you guys can't talk about that when you try referencing the whole movie as your point to ranking the ghost face.
To this, Marcus. You're too close.
Don't want to hear it. If we're gonna start this argument again, it's gonna be another hour.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give Marcus. So, Marcus, what did you think of Lucas's point of Mickey being a fucking joke? Because I did back Lucas.
Yeah, since you played that very long clip,
I would choke him out, man. I'd choke him out. That's why I said I love my brother Danny, because he had the same thought as me towards Mickey. He was close to being the alpha. He was almost there, but Mickey was awesome, dude. Mickey was great.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be so for real. I still don't think he was even close.
Like, I feel like if they didn't pair him with Mrs. Loomis, he would have been awesome. He
Insane.
definitely
Maybe,
would have been.
like I
good.
said, in a better movie, Mickey would have been top tier. But as he was in that movie, it was bad.
It was.
Alrighty, all right. So I don't know how many people have out there seen it, so we're just gonna wrap real quick today because we don't have much news to cover because we wanted to talk Scream and Little Terrifier. But the movie Companion is out, so I know Marcus and I have seen it. Danny, have you had a chance to see Companion yet?
Run to the theater and go
Alright.
see it, man. That movie
We're
is
gonna keep it
fucking
spoiler
awesome.
free. Yep, spoiler free. So definitely a good anti-Valentine's Day movie to go see. It does have some themes in it that make people like, oh, I really need this thrown in my face. It's so subtle in there that it's really good. But it's a great mixture of comedy. It's a great mixture of gore in there. And then we have Sophie Thatcher. She's
Yeah.
probably going to be a new favorite in horror for a
Yeah.
little bit now after
She was
this
awesome.
and Heretic and Yellow Jackets. And so very good movies.
Nice.
And then of course we got Richie
Jack
in
Quaid.
there. Jack
Yeah,
Quaid.
Jack Quaid was great.
Hey,
Yep.
Jack Quaid. Yeah, like I like his choice of
Dude.
films that he's doing. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
Oh, I
he's
can't wait for that.
he's
It's gonna be
definitely different from his dad and uncle as far as his acting style. So I love that he's like carving his own road and totally different from his dad and uncle. And so Companion, man, he was just he was awesome, man. Yeah. Like the cast was great because the rest of the cast outside of Sophie and Jack and what's my man name that played Hitman recently? And he was in Star Wars, that British actor.
Sam, wait. Wait a minute.
What's my dude's name?
Not Sam Witwer or something? I can't remember.
No. He's British. But anyway, he was on like anyway, Rupert Thorne. I think Rupert.
Oh,
yeah, Rupert, whatever his last name is. Outside of three of them, I didn't know the other actors, but they were all great. You know what I mean? So I say from beginning to the end, this movie you'll enjoy it. Like it's not slow at all. The runtime is kind of long, but it's very enjoyable from beginning to end. You know, there's no drag in between the movie, no slow moments in the script. It just, the movie kept slowly getting more intense. It's like, you know how you take that climb on a roller coaster? That's how the movie was, man. And then when you start coming down, that's exactly how the movie was, man. And it was awesome. So yeah.
Quick answer to this here. So Toxic Avenger, when it comes out, I will look to put a review out for that. I don't know if we'll be able to cover it on our live stream just because not everybody may see it at that time. So depending on where it's released and if we can all watch it, we'll have a conversation about it. And then yes, you're welcome for the unbiased video on Scream 7. I'm surprised we kept it unbiased. But what we're gonna have going on, so we're gonna come back to ranking for a little bit now. So next week we had a request previously to rank all the survivors. So that's what we were gonna do last week. We have that all listed out with all the characters. So next week we'll do all the Scream survivors, almost all of them. So if they had some decent dialogue, we threw them on the list, and then we'll come back to our Candyman franchise ranking, and then if everybody wants to see it, let us know in the comments. But we'll go ahead and rank every single character in each Scream film over the next several weeks, since that's what everybody likes to talk about. So, and it'll be a little bit easier for us to go ahead and throw those together rather than sitting there watching 6 Chucky movies next or 13 Saw movies and stuff like that to get our next rankings through. So thank you for those that have joined us. Let us know what you want to see in future ranking videos. I have a feeling when we get to Scream 2 and Scream 3, I may be sleeping on the bathroom floor again. So it'll be a fun time. So everybody,
quick question on the ranking last week. Did y'all put Jason on the list too?
Yeah, Jason and Greg were both on the
okay.
list.
Okay, just I was curious.
So they both made it.
I think wasn't Greg ranked higher than the
Jason and Greg was ranked higher than Detective Bailey and Quinn.
Y'all wrong.
There's no love for those guys.
Wait, do you have that ranking chart? Can we pull that back up and show him what it was?
Let me see if
that was funny.
I can get into it real quick.
See, I would have put Jason having potential because I think he would have been cool, you know.
I think we did. I think we did.
Yeah, I think that's where you ended up.
I put Greg in alpha tier.
No.
Oh yeah, Greg alpha.
Yeah, you did. Oh no, we put him at the bottom.
Yeah, Greg finished last.
Greg
Yeah.
did finish last.
Jason finished above. Look, 7
Yeah,
of them.
I got
Jason
over.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely had
That-
potential.
I got
man.
overruled on that one, Marcus.
What'd you put him
Marcus,
at?
I put Greg top tier. I put top tier. I said Greg was the greatest.
Greg the
Where'd you
man.
put Jason?
Jason's
I mean,
right
I
here.
put
Danny.
potential.
Came in
No, I'm saying-
1, 2, 3,
okay.
4.
Yeah, I
Alright,
think we all actually had
He
him at
came
lots
in
of
above
potential.
Charlie. He came in above Charlie. That's
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yes.
Charlie.
Yeah,
just
Charlie
looks
should have
like-
been
Charlie's
there.
a fucking cuck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Basura.
All right. On that note, we'll catch you all later. Thank you guys.
Peace, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I
Bye.
really want to see the monkey. I really want to see the
Yeah.
monkey. It
The
I can't
looks
wait to see
monkey!
so
That monkey looks good.
fantastic.
Hard
I
eyes
like
too.
the
Remember,
guy that plays
with that
Thor is in it.
mustache.
Oh,